Well, workers across the country today joined their counterparts around the world to mark this year's event. Just as expected, it had the regular trappings of rallies, remarks, and of course the demand for a better welfare package. Our next report brings you some of those footages.
This is one major event that workers look forward to every year, and it's not different today as they turn out in large numbers to mark the day. From Kano to Mina in Niger State, the workers gather in their colors, displaying high discipline, but ask for genuine commitment to enhance overall performance.
Urge the government to fulfill all its promises, as he earlier said, and together we shall build Niger State.
This is Lagos State, and the workers here are living up to their calling. No dull moments here at Onika Stadium, as the venue of the rally is filled to capacity.
We have just concluded an industrial arrangement to begin production in our Lekki Free Trade Zone. So, contrary to the assertion that industries are relocating, they are already taking hold inside the Lekki Free Trade Zone, which will be the largest industrial complex in the whole of West Africa when it is fully operational.
In Ogun State, Delta, Bayelsa, Anambra, Yobe, and River State, the situation is not significantly different. The workers also came out in large numbers.
The Lord falls on you to rekindle the fire in our civil service. The Lord falls on you to take home the new gospel of hard work and reward that we preach here today and always. As you return to your offices tomorrow, let the people know that the change we have been waiting for has finally come.
We all need to play down our fault line and speak more of those things that unite us as against having on our differences.
In spite of all the challenges, every year we will do something about salaries. And I will sustain that until the end of my tenure. Because those were my arguments, that you do not damn the place. For 5 years, then you wake up to increase by 100%.
26,000 workers appended their signatures of what they call gratitude to Governor Godswill Akpabio for his friendly programs towards workers. And in Imo State, there was a dramatic display.
We were disengaged from Abia almost 3 years ago. So we felt it's better to come home. If Abia is not reabsorbing us, they should do something. Give us something to do.
The demand of workers across the state is almost the same. Better living conditions, attention from authorities, and indeed a better wage to take care of their needs. The authorities have agreed to address their numerous demands before the next Workers' Day, and that's 12 months from today.
Well, we had told you about the unfortunate incident that happened again around Nyanya in the Federal Capital Territory, a bomb blast. And well, earlier in the day, we spoke with our correspondent Paul Wanchuku on happenings within the vicinity.
20 p.m., right close to where we had the last detonation about 2 weeks ago. We had another explosion. In this time around, it's also a vehicle, and it's a white Golf. As I'm speaking to you right now, military men and security operatives are trying to deactivate 2 cylinders that are suspected to be laced with bombs. And so they have cordoned off the entire area, so people are kept meters away from the scene where it happened. Now, we also understand that a couple of casualties are taken to the hospitals, specifically at Socorro General Hospital. We confirmed that from the Controller General of the National Security and Civil Defense Corps. He told us that he can't give us any figure as to how many people how many casualties we have on this thing, but he confirmed that those that were injured or were involved in one injury or the other, or those that died, have been taken to Asokoro General Hospital. That's the situation as it is now. Military men and other rescue agencies are trying to ensure that they deactivate the suspected bombs. They are laced in two cylinders, as I said earlier. And every vehicle around this area has been cleared off. This place is usually a densely populated area, and cars and any manner of human being have been cleared from this scene, except the security operatives.
Well, Paul, before we allow you to go, can you just tell us, give us...
Well, so far it's been established that about 9 persons have been confirmed dead, with scores injured in that particular blast. And, well, it's been advised that, well, people should stay off, as there might be some other explosive device, as operatives are working tirelessly to see that some are detonated and situation is brought under control. Now, to other stories here, Nestle Nigeria PLC has assured its consumers that it will continue to make nutrition, water and rural development its #1 priority. Now, the 2014 Nestle Creating Shared Value Media Workshop, organized by the company in Lagos, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the company, Mr. Danesh Gordon, explained that Nestle will continue to offer products and services that will help its customers improve their nutrition, health and wellness. The workshop focused on increasing the level of media coverage of nutrition, water and agriculture, and speakers at the event provided a new perspective to rural development reporting in the media. Our correspondent, BC Coker, reports.
This workshop has brought together journalists and development communication experts from the print, electronic and online media to discuss their role in addressing development challenges in nutrition, water, agriculture and rural development. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Nestle Nigeria PLC, Mr. Danesh Gordon, explains the reason for organizing this event.
Once we become more competitive, we launch new products, we have great marketing campaigns, we do all of those things. We also need to, at the back of our mind, in fact, at the forefront of our strategy, is what we do and advance the economic and social conditions of the communities in which we operate.
According to the Federal Ministry of Health, at least 41% of Nigerian children under age 5 suffer stunted growth as a result of malnutrition. These speakers highlight possible ways to tackle this problem.
Exclusive breastfeeding during the first 6 months, control of parasitic infections through deworming programs, provision of nutritional supplements, fortification of food, staple foods, and complementary food.
If a mother is not in a state of adequate nutrition before conception, it's really going to affect the fetus and the outcome of pregnancy, and in fact what that child will be in life.
And some food for thought for journalists.
To continue to be relevant, we have to look for ways of making a difference. Write stories that are relevant to people's lives.
Has this workshop made any impact on these journalists?
I give it a 5-star, really, because I have gotten to learn so much, a whole lot about nutrition particularly, and a whole lot about water and the role that water plays in life and existence.
Creating Shared Value Media Workshop is an annual event, and it's Nestle Nigeria PLC's own way of giving back to the society where it operates. BC Coker, Channels Television News.
Welcome to Business News. Financial markets in the country and elsewhere around the world are closed today to mark Workers' Day. The Nigerian Stock Exchange currencies as well as the interbank are closed for business to observe that holiday. But reviewing the performance of the Nigerian equities market, stocks closed the month of April in the red when compared with March. The sell pressure at the market appeared to have reduced. Well, operators are predicting that volatility may go on for a little while longer. Our correspondent Temple Ashaju takes a look at this.
In the stock markets, every time one person buys, another sells. As the Nigerian Stock Exchange, the just-ended month of April witnessed some level of sell activities. Stockbrokers attribute this distress to certain factors.
First is the tight monetary policies that was adopted at the beginning of the year. The increase of the CRR, that pulled the market down. That is significant negative impact on the market. Now, also the selling pressure or profit taken by some of the investors also had its toll.
Some notable features of the market in April include the listing of the first exploration and production company, Seplat Petroleum, and the release of more than 45 companies' Q1 results. But how did these fare on equities?
The listing of Seplat was also good. It was a good addition to the markets. It gave us some mileage, but the issue is after most of these benefits have been declared and marked down, the trend is, particularly the second quarter, there's usually a slowdown.
In April, the equities market performed negatively by 0.68%. While the sell pressure appears to be decreasing, the oil and gas beat other sectors by 10.46%. The industrial goods, however, was the worst hit. And that was the last closing bell for the month of April. For this month, there's been a lot of speculative trading as well as profits taken by investors. This trend is likely to go on for the rest of the month of May as well. However, this will continue to remain an opportunity for investors to put in their money as well as pull out when the time is right. From the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Temple Ashaju, Channels Television News.
3 organizations have entered a partnership to harness the enormous business potential in the Bonny Kingdom, Rivers State. The Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Limited, Bank of Industry, and United Nations Industrial Development Organization are working on how they can contribute towards the economic development of the Bonny area. The inaugural meeting of the partners gave them the opportunity to reaffirm their commitment to make Bonny Kingdom a hub of industrialization, trade, and human capital development. It's an executive meeting at the corporate office of Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas in Port Harcourt for representatives of the company, the Bank of Industry, United Nations Industrial Development Organization UNIDO, and the indigents of Bonny Kingdom. It's a follow-up to the conference that was held in May 2013 on how development partners can harness opportunities for the economic growth of Bonny Kingdom, looking beyond oil and gas.
The GIC, led by Nigeria LNG Limited, lent support to this aspiration by committing to support the kingdom to realize its aspirations.
Strategizing to create jobs by empowering entrepreneurs is a normal activity of the Bank of Industry. That's what they offer in this partnership.
We are developmental in our approach to doing business. And essentially, our primary mandate is to industrialize, to catalyze the industrialization of this country.
UNIDO promises to empower the people of Bonny Kingdom by building their trade capacity.
Because you can produce and not be able to sell. And so we're bringing all this into focus as far as Bonny Kingdom is concerned. And our new mandate since November last year has been to make sure that our development programs are inclusive and sustainable.
The recipients of all these goodies, represented by the leadership of the community, are eager and expectant for the outcome of this meeting.
Really, Bonny is open for investment. I know you have to contend with the issue of land holding, but we are taking care of all that.
The next step now is to see how this partnership will yield fruit, so the people of Bonny Kingdom will see visible development in their community. That's it on Business News. On the news at 10, Sulaiman returns in a moment.
Well, still ahead on the news at 10, Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Nyama nominated for the Best Player Award in France. That's on sports news, so don't go away. Stay with us.